Have you ever been told to say thank you? Maybe somebody's just given you something and you forgot. Or maybe it's birthday or a Christmas and somebody sent you something from a long way away and you write them a letter or send them an email or maybe a text to say thank you. I used to have to do that a lot, and I had to write letters after Christmas and after birthdays. It took me a long time. But then, if it took me a long time, that's because I'd been lucky and got lots of presents, which was very nice. Do you know, now, sometimes I get thank yous. This is one. Lots of people send me cards, and this is a nice card. Thank you for all the work you do. Isn't that lovely? And you know, when I got that, I thought, oh, somebody's appreciated it. Oh, this one, this is a bright and cheery one, isn't it? This was after we'd had an event at church that we'd invited people to, and this is a thank you for your kind hospitality. Isn't that nice? Somebody really appreciated the event we did. Oh, this is a special one. What's happening here? They're getting married, aren't they? This is a couple that I married. And they wrote a card to say to me, thank you for marrying us. Isn't that lovely? They really enjoyed their day. And I helped them to enjoy it. And they said thank you. Oh, here's another one. And this is a couple that I married too. Can you see? They've made a special card that says thank you at the bottom. Do you know what? They even sent me a photo of me doing their wedding. It is lovely when people send me cards that say thank you. But actually, I was just doing my job. I hope I did it really well, and I think I must have done, because that's what they say. But actually, it doesn't matter if folks say thank you. I do what I need to do. And that made me think, do you know, there's lots of people who don't get cards like that because we don't know who they are. What about the farmers that farm? I don't know who it is that grew the corn that makes my bread. I don't know who it is who keeps the chickens that lay the eggs that I like to eat. I don't know. So how can I say thank you? But they get on with their job and they make sure that we've got food to eat. Jesus wants us to be kind to one another, wants us to love one another, wants us to show what God's love is like by being kind ourselves. And he says you don't do it because people will say thank you to you. You don't do it because people will pat you on the back and say, well done. You do it just because it's the right thing to do. That's what he said in this reading. So let's listen now to a reading from Luke's Gospel. It's from chapter 17, and I'm going to start reading at verse 5. The apostles said to the Lord, "Make our faith greater." The Lord answered, "If you had faith as big as a mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, 'Pull yourself up by the roots and plant yourself in the sea,' and it would obey you." Suppose one of you has a servant who is ploughing and looking after the sheep. And when he comes in from the field, do you tell him to hurry and have his meal? Of course not. Instead you say to him, "Get my supper ready. Then Put on your apron and wait on me while I eat and drink. After that, you may have your meal. The servant doesn't deserve thanks for obeying orders, does he? It's the same way with you. When you've done all that you have been told to do, say, we're ordinary servants. We've just done our duty. Did you hear it? When your servant... I think actually he was having a bit of fun with that, because most of the people that he was talking to were really quite poor. They wouldn't have had servants. They might even have been servants. So when he was saying, when your servant comes in, he was saying, as if. But they got the message. Perhaps that was the way he attracted their attention, saying something daft, like when your servant comes in, because they didn't have servants and they wouldn't have had a chance of having servants. But actually, that's not how the reading started, was it? The reading started with something about a mulberry tree. Have you ever seen a mulberry tree? We've got one in our garden. Here it is. It's big, isn't it? Do you know, somehow I can't imagine saying to our mulberry tree, get up and go and plant yourself in the sea. And I think actually I wouldn't want to, because I quite like it there, and I'd be in trouble because lots of other people like it there too. Actually, I don't think Jesus was talking about mulberry trees. I think he was talking about doing things that just seem utterly impossible. Like saying to this mulberry tree, pull yourself up by the roots, go to the sea and plant yourself in it. Impossible. But sometimes it seems impossible to do the right thing. Sometimes, no matter how we try, it's difficult to be kind to somebody who isn't really kind to us. It's difficult to do nice things when what we really want to do is do things that are nice for us. But here's the thing. If we want to do good things, if we want to be like the farmer who never gets a thank you, but still makes our food, if we want to be like Jesus, kind, and showing everybody what the love of God is like because we live it, then it can seem impossible. But if we trust God to help us, he really will. So, one of the things that we can do that nobody knows anything about is saying prayers. We can say prayers for somebody and they don't know we're saying them. But we can ask God to bless them, make them happy, perhaps if they're sad or poorly, to help make them better. So we can do that now, can't we? Why not think of somebody that you're going to pray for? Don't tell anybody. But just imagine them in your head. Maybe they're sad at the moment, but imagine them really happy. Maybe they're poorly at the moment. Imagine them fit and well and playing again. Now, as we say our prayers quietly so that nobody knows, ask God to make them into the person we've imagined. Fit and well, happy. Dear God, thank you for the people that I've thought about. And make them happy. And help me to be kind to people. Even when they don't know it's me that's being kind. Help me to do it for their sake, not for mine. And because you want me to, not because it makes me particularly happy. Give me the strength to do that, because sometimes it's very, very hard. Amen. Well, thank you for listening, and have a good week. And I hope that I'll be able to share another assembly with you soon. Bye-bye.